Ting-a-ling-a-ling, school bell ring. What's happening? Wasabi. Hola, people. It is
¿Cómo
I.
está?
Man, I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I'm on, you know what I'm on the high of? I'm on a high of watching just an amazing movie that I've put off, and I haven't watched. Like people were talking about it and ranting and raving when it came out, and I actually got time to watch it. And that was Ghostbusters Afterlife. What an amazing movie.
Great
amazing movie.
Start to finish. Finish.
Yeah, it was great. I have absolutely no gripes about it. For me, No Way Home and this movie is up there for sure. 100%. And we got I love food in the house. Hello, all firm handshakes. Firm handshakes back to you, sir. And what's up, 36? What's going on? It's Friday.
Yeah, it is, man. This week was a blur, wasn't it?
Maybe.
No, not for you.
What were you smoking?
I wasn't smoking anything.
Sure?
If it don't fit in a needle, I don't mess with it.
Hold on, let me find that thing. Hold on.
That was an absolute joke.
Yeah, now doctors for medical advice.
Yeah, no, that was a joke.
Yeah, definitely, yeah.
That was a dark joke. Dark humor. That's what they call that.
Dark humor. Yeah. Shit can get you canceled now, bro.
Right?
Oh my gosh.
No, man, stuff picking up at work and everything. It just this week just blew by.
Yeah. You know what my wife said to me today during the week? So in a few weeks, it's going to be our 20th wedding anniversary, right?
Right.
And she comes up to me and she says, "You do know that that's a life sentence." I'm like, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "People get convicted for murder for 20 years."
I thought 40 years was life.
I'm like, is it really truly a life sentence if you're in love, or is it being a masochist?
Right.
She's like, she stopped me with that one. I was like, wait a minute. Shit, she's got some
sense. I mean, yeah.
I know.
I've been on both sides of the fence. I was married for 15 years and obviously not married before that and not married since. And I mean, either way has its perks and its pitfalls.
If the shit works, it works.
Right? I mean, it's got to be working at 20 years, right?
That's what I say to myself every day.
Right. And then after another 20, you're just praying and waiting for the sweet release of death.
No comment. Because we are not doctors for medical advice. I might need one.
Right.
Oh my God. Awesome stuff, man. Awesome stuff. So what is that you sent me? I didn't get a chance to look at it. What did you send me today for us the beautiful people?
The Trudeau thing.
The Trudeau?
Yeah.
No.
True not though, right?
No, true not no. Oh my God. Yeah, I got.
I know we weren't gonna like pre-prep for this show, but
no,
I saw
we
that
haven't. And no pre-prep. I have like a list of things, not pre-prep, but I have a list of things. Spoken like a true politician, yes.
Right.
No, well, I just had some ideas, but I didn't it was last minute. Like I just had it here just in case, There's some stuff that came up to my attention that I just have to talk about today. It was today. It was like usually we prep throughout the week. We see something, we go, oh, we got to talk about this, and we got to talk about this. But this time it's like it wasn't like that. It was all done today. Right. After my another thing that happened today before I hit your topic. So I ordered a brunch right in the office this morning, and I'm allergic to the skin of apples.
No kidding.
Yeah. And
I've never heard of it.
and the thing is that they gave you this cup with fruit in it, and the fruit was really good. You know, I had honeydew and I had cantaloupe and it had some
Right.
pineapple and like orange slices. It was really good. And at the bottom, it had apples, but I saw they were cut up. So I'm like, oh my God, I haven't had apples in a while, you know, and I can have regular apples. So I'm eating the apple. And then the last 3 or 4 pieces had skin in it, right?
Oh,
And
yeah.
I'm like, okay, no big deal, right?
Right.
Literally minutes after I had it, my tongue starts feeling all funny and it started to swell up.
Oh my God.
Like all the dude, it was like I was like, this shit is weird. So I'm there at the office. Employee goes, "Are you okay?" I'm like, my tongue's feeling kind of funny. She goes, "My God, your lips are really red and looking like they're swollen a bit." And I'm
Uh-oh.
like, oh, so I popped 2 freaking extra strength Benadryl pills, dude. I felt like I was gonna pass out. Like it worked. Like it worked. Like it was almost like within a couple of minutes, I felt the swelling going down. But I was, oh my dude. I got home and I was like,
So,
this is calm zombie mode.
speaking of anaphylactic reactions, have you heard this thing? I saw a thing about it about a year ago, and I
Mhm.
thought it was a spoof, right? And then something else. I saw another article about it earlier this week, and maybe we could Google it right now or something and look it up.
Mm,
But apparently, if you, I don't know how much truth there is to this, but this is the second time I've seen something on it.
mm,
If you take a bee sting to the
mhm.
junk, to the penis, and
What?
you go through that process of swelling and all that, apparently after you heal from it, you maintain some size gain. Have you heard of this?
All right. Again, we're not doctors for medical advice. Don't go running into the freaking woods looking for a bee
Right.
and
Yeah, right.
get stung in the junk.
Yeah, right.
Oh my God. Are you
I'm gonna
serious?
be out
Oh
there
my
humping a
God.
hornet nest, I swear. But yeah, apparently this is a thing. You will maintain some of the gains from
Oh
all
my
the
God.
swelling and everything. It never really like goes away fully.
Uh, oh
But
my God. These things.
yeah, so people are using that and they're making like memes about it. Like, I know what I need to do, but I don't know if I have the strength to do it, you know?
Oh my God.
Plenty of things are bad for my health.
Oh, here we go. Okay, look, they're the first freaking thing. Oh my God. I can't believe we're doing this. All right. All right. Share. There you go. Share. Will the bee sting cause permanent penis enlargement?
Is this on Snopes?
What the hell? I'm gonna try. If I sort of got, I start getting some serious spam and stuff. What the hell? I can't. Oh man, we need your support. Fucking crap.
What the crap?
Oh my God. No.
There's not a little X to close it?
No, son of a bitch. There's a go back. I don't want to whitelist you. I don't know what freaking crap this is. Oh my gosh. Well, that's it. That was teased. We'll never know. We'll never know the truth, ladies and gentlemen. Hold on. Oh my gosh. And at the same time, I'm being messaged. What was yeah. Give me a sec. All right, maybe it's just gonna work. All right. I did it again. Let's see if it works. All right. A routine review on content labeled satire. Oh, they labeled it satire back in November 19, 2019. A bee sting to the penis will cause it to be see, dude, it's not real.
Well, that's from 2019, right?
Yeah.
That's when that's probably about the time I first saw it. But then there's been another article come out about it.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
So like I said, I don't know if it's factual or not, but I can't see that someone playing it off twice after it was so popular the first time and then to bring it back only 2 years later.
This is crazy. Bee sting to the penis can permanently enlarge it. This unusual method was used by the royals of ancient Egypt to permanently enlarge their manhood.
So look at where it says the Asian guys.
Oh my God. Where?
The Asian guys
John
can't.
Corona, the leader of the bee sting to the penis research, said that he's still shocked by the results. The Asian guys can't handle their new mandingo. It's awesome. As soon as the pain is gone, you can go back to business. Oh my God. This item was not a factual recounting of real life events. This article originated with an entertainment website that does not publish factual stories. While this website does not carry a readable available disclaimer, they do include the tagline "Nus parody Wavrin you." The hell? Which translates from Africans to news parody you like.
Oh, there you go. A little bit of research, right?
That is not how you say my name. Mibe.
Well,
oh my gosh.
Well, thanks for looking that up, man. You just saved me a lot of pain and suffering.
Oh, Jesus Christ, man. Yeah, man. No, I wouldn't suggest getting any type of bees things to your junk. Absolutely not. Absolutely.
I stepped on a bumblebee once when I was a kid. That sucked.
Man, I only got stung by a bumblebee once. Actually, it was a wasp, and it was on my kneecap.
Oh.
Killing. I remember my uncle. He wanted to make mud. The mud, you know, right? Remember to make the mud. Mm-hmm. And then he started spitting on the dirt, and I'm like, what is he doing? And he was spitting on the dirt, and he made a little thing of mud with his own spit, and he put it on my kneecap, and I was like, that's nasty. And he was like, shut up. Yeah, crazy. Right. And yeah, you know what's bad for your health? Taunting. Yes, absolutely, 100%. And that brings me to one things I wanted to talk. So thank you. I love food. Man, on fire. This is like exactly on an airplane. Yeah, I got that. We're gonna talk about that. What type of dumb fuck would actually taunt Mike Tyson?
Well, when I saw the video, I mean, the guy had obviously, I think, been drinking. It was obvious to me.
Oh, dude.
I thought they were just talking. And then later on, I see another video of the aftermath. And I guess there's video of him getting rocked.
Oh, dude. Hold on. This is from CBS. Oh my God. I watched the one that it's the buddy, right? Filming him.
Yeah.
And then like they're cracking up, and he's like, you can see he was like he's messing around, right?
Right.
And it didn't show that part, didn't show the fighting part. Like it didn't show him fighting. Well, him fighting. It was more like he was getting the shit kicked out of him. But hold on. Yeah, but no, man, you don't fucking do that on a plane. But apparently before that, he actually took a selfie with him.
Yeah.
Yeah. So hold on a second. All right. Did I share my audio? I think so. Chat, let me know if you don't hear audio, but you should. Let's go.
A crazy fight involving boxing legend Mike Tyson on board a flight that was about to take off from San Francisco. And CBS 2's Christine Lazar joins us now with video of what went down.
Another week, another unruly passenger, but this time he's famous, of course. And you know he throws a good punch.
Oh,
so
you know
that had to hurt.
And bites the shit out of your ear.
TMZ, the
right.
Down around 10:30 last night as Mike Tyson was slated to fly out of San Francisco International Airport to Florida. A witness on the JetBlue flight says Tyson repeatedly punched a guy in the face after getting annoyed by him.
Hey,
oh, damn.
Hey, Mike, come on. Let's go stop that.
The witness said at first Tyson took a selfie with the guy and kept his cool as the man's friend tried to talk to him. But once he had had enough of it, he asked the man to stop. And when the guy didn't, that's when Tyson reportedly started to throw several punches at the man's face before walking off the plane. Now, a photo obtained by TMZ shows
look at his face.
Forehead. He reportedly received medical attention.
And that is the face of a douchebag.
And went over what happened with the police. So far, there's been no comment on the incident from Tyson's camp or JetBlue. DeMarco?
It's almost like he was asking for it. All right, Christine.
Yeah, the earlier video you see, he really doesn't leave him alone. So
not at all.
You know, he is a boxer, but still.
Yeah, crazy. I have another one where it actually.
Yep, he just became a millionaire food. That's what I was going to say too.
Wow. He actually has a criminal record.
That guy does?
Yeah.
Oh, so does Tyson, so.
Yeah. For different Two wrongs don't make a right? But
or a left.
No.
Dad
Check
jokes.
this out. Check this. Dad jokes.
Right now, after a fight on a flight, it was all caught on camera.
Yeah, the boxing legend was seen punching a man on a JetBlue plane. Local 10 News reporter Parker Branson is live on Miami Beach.
And that's exactly where Tyson spoke yesterday at a cannabis conference. Parker, what did he have to say?
Christy, in that conference,
Come on,
the
Marco.
schedule for it had to be shaken up a little bit because Mike Tyson wasn't here because of what happened on that plane. We've all seen that cell phone video where Tyson punches. His team saying before this, though, he was being harassed and even had a water bottle thrown at him. Mike
Hey, that's
Tyson
Ric Flair.
seen on video alongside Ric Flair and Rick Ross at the Fontainebleau Thursday night.
Like a boss.
Tyson was at the hotel in Miami Beach for a cannabis conference. Just hours after, he was seen on cell phone video punching a man on his JetBlue flight leaving San Francisco.
Hey.
Moments before fists start flying, the
Look at
man
that
was seen
idiot.
trash-talking Tyson.
Talk to your boss. Talk to my boss.
The man who was punched, escaping the boxing legend with only a few cuts and bruises.
Boy just got beat up by Mike Tyson. Turn that way. Yeah, he got up.
TMZ is identifying the passenger as 36-year-old Melvin Townsend, who apparently has a prior criminal record. The media outlet uncovering this previous mugshot, TMZ saying Townsend has been convicted of fraud, grand theft, burglary, possession of controlled substances, and trafficking in stolen property.
You'd have to be drunk or
Okay, so
to just say anything other than hi to Mike Tyson. I mean, why in the world would you want to antagonize him? I mean, the way I see it is if you mess with the bull, you get the horn.
That's
Tyson
right.
saying in a statement, quote, "Unfortunately, Mr. Tyson had an incident on a flight with an aggressive passenger who began harassing him and threw a water bottle at him while he was in his seat." Right now, Mike Tyson is not facing any charges.
okay.
So
So that guy's
go
got
ahead.
fraud and everything else on him, right? I think, I think that was intentional. I think he antagonized him into it to file a
Oh.
lawsuit,
100%.
right?
100%.
He's lucky he didn't die.
He's freaking lucky. Lucky? Oh my God.
I mean, that guy put
Because-
people in the hospital with boxing gloves on, and those were
Yo.
boxers. You know what I mean? You imagine getting hit bare-fisted by that dude?
I think the fact that his seat was in the middle between both of them, and you saw how there was
Yeah.
a plastic like rail or something, divider. That I think that saved his life because he couldn't get that full reach, right? Because
Right. Plus, he was
Tyson's-
like hunched over.
yeah, and Tyson's reach is not that long, so he was lucky because I'm sure that other guy went in the fetal position, brought his knees up to shield his face.
Well,
at a
that's what
moment.
I was saying. When it's showing him throwing in punches, it looks like he's holding his hands up, right? Like,
Mhm.
so. Yeah, I think he blocked most of it. I think he got lucky.
Oh my God. But that's the thing, right? You have all these type of people like just want like that are going to take advantage of any situation like that, right?
Oh yeah.
You're going to have that type of fucking dirt in the world.
Oh, dude,
That-
I was backing out of a parking spot once, and this girl rolled into my car. Like she was almost stopped. It's like she almost stopped and then let her foot off the brake just to tap me, right? And when the cop gets there, she starts talking about her back and her neck and all this other stuff. And the insurance company, my insurance company, ended up paying her out like 80 grand.
Yeah.
It was ridiculous.
I love who says, so if someone is annoying you, you can punch him several times in the head. But if a man insults your wife, you're a pussy for slapping him. Now, this is the difference. He did not only was he annoying, he threw a water bottle at him. Once you throw something at someone and it hits you, it's assault. No matter the object, it's an assault. So, how many times was he told to stop before the water bottle? I don't know. Both acts, honestly, I don't know, man. Could they have both been avoided? 100%. But if someone throws a water bottle at you and is being a pain in the ass on the airplane and throws a water bottle at you and nobody, the flight attendant can't do anything, and you're Mike Tyson and you have the funds, fuck it.
Yeah. I mean,
Fuck it.
if the guy was fucking with me like that, I'd have knocked him the fuck out. But I don't think I would have taken. I don't think I would have done what Will Smith did either. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But
yeah,
I don't know. It is weird though. I mean, there's different degrees of insult, right?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. 100%. Well, the guy sitting next to Tyson jumped back and was trying to block the blows. Yes, apparently.
Okay,
he was.
That's what I was
one
wondering too.
Yeah, he was one of the guys that were with him. That was traveling with him. I don't know to what extent, if it's a bodyguard or is it a business associate, because they were going for that conference, right? The conference, the cannabis conference in Florida. So was it a business person that's with him in the business? I don't know.
Well, their haircuts were so similar. I couldn't tell when he's punching, is the guy in the seat and the guy that was with Tyson trying to block the punches from hitting that dude? Because that's what it looks like to me. I can't tell if it's the same guy or.
Oh, you mean the guy next to him? If it was, yeah, it was.
So the guy, what we're seeing is Tyson's throwing punches at the dude that was behind him, but we're seeing the guy that was with Tyson blocking him.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. He was blocking some of the punches, and he probably got scraped because those look more like scratches than anything, right?
Right.
It's probably his watch or his bracelets or whatever.
Well, he probably got punched in the head and his head bounced off an armrest or something.
The freaking belt flung off the freaking thing. I don't know, man. But what the fuck is he doing on? Was it Blue? Flying Blue? What's that airline? It's Jet. What the hell is he doing flying Jet Blue?
Who knows, man?
You would think like, shit, get some
private jet.
Not a private jet, but fuck, fly Delta and get it, first class or something. Right? You wouldn't have been stuck with that problem.
Maybe it was a timing of flights. He was ready to go. There wasn't that was the available flight.
I guess, yeah. Yeah. Man, craziness shit.
So Trudeau is a tyrant, obviously. But you predicted the reason I sent this to you is because like 6 or 7 shows ago you predicted this.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and the liberals are no liberals anymore, man. The people that back this guy up are fucking blind. They're fucking blind. I'm sorry. If they don't open up their eyes and see the shit that he's doing, and has done, forget it, man.
So the clip I sent you, the clip I sent you, but there's something this woman is saying, and I don't know what it is, and I'm hoping you could shed some light on it. She's using 3 initials, and I don't know what they mean, but she's not saying Canadians woke up with a liberal government. She's saying they woke up with a something liberal government.
Okay, so this is the woman of the opposition party, the conservative party, which presently doesn't have a leader. So this is a conservative. All right, can I just give a second? Thank you for the 6 people that are watching right now. I appreciate that. Let me see here. Share screen. All right.
Because I think this is interesting from the standpoint that what he's able to get away with there.
Okay.
Like
with this. How old is this?
I first saw this video I think yesterday.
Found out
what the hell was that?
The NDP and the Liberals were meeting secretly, and they cooked up a backroom deal that would see Justin Trudeau get the majority power that he tried desperately to get last fall in the last election, but he failed to get. This deal means that Canadians have woken up to, in essence, an NDP Liberal majority government. I think we have to let that sink in. This is an NDP Liberal government, and they have the majority. 82% of voters did not vote for a Liberal NDP government, including millions of Liberal voters. These Canadians woke up this morning to the fact that they have been hoodwinked and they've been deceived.
Okay, so this is when that happened. Okay.
Now, let me be clear. This is nothing more than a Justin Trudeau power grab. He is desperately clinging to power. We found out last night.
That's exactly 100%. 100%. Now how she's painting it as it's factual. The people that voted Liberal didn't vote for this, right? and it was a minority government. But the thing is that you have Sanjit Singh, right, who's the leader of the NDP, who wants to push their agenda of, it's not bad the stuff they want to do. Don't get me wrong, but they cooked a deal with the Liberal Party. So Trudeau, she's absolutely right. He doesn't want to lose his power, right? Because after everything that happened in Ottawa with the trucker protest and all that, he was getting bombarded by the opposition and by people, right? And he was losing a lot of credibility because things were coming to light. Now, they cooked up the deal. They said, okay, listen, you back me, I'll back you in what you want to do, and we'll move this forward so that there's no elections, right? Because there was going to be elections. People were going to vote him out.
So now they don't. So now there won't be an election.
They can't. They can't because the NDP is backing them.
So there's no one to run against him.
Pretty much.
Wow.
Like they can. The opposition can voice their discontent, but as long as the NDP backs the Liberals, they have the majority of the government. So whatever the other parties want to try and outvote, it won't work because they have the majority. And that's Parliament. That's how the parliamentary system works, right?
So what's the NDP? What does that stand for? Just Independent Party?
No, the new Democratic Party.
Okay.
Yeah.
Huh.
So that's but this is not the first time this has happened. My dad had told me that this happened multiple times throughout Canadian history where two parties form a coalition. That's the right term, but they don't want to call this a coalition. Like the NDP said, no, this is not a coalition. This is just an agreement because they want to stabilize the country during these hard times. And by stabilizing the country, they need to have a stable government, meaning no re-elections. Let's work together for the Canadian people. And they believe that by backing the Liberals, they'll get what they can push their agenda and help the Liberals do what they want to do. What do I think about this? I don't give a really rat's ass anymore. I'm so tired of this fucking guy. It's unbelievable. So tired, like these people of this clip I'm going to show you now.
Mm-hmm.
He was, hold on a second.
So how long does that potentially leave him in power?
To 2025.
Wow.
Three more years. Yeah, because he called a re-election recently, right? And that's what he thought he was going to win. A majority party. He was so sure of himself that he was going to win a majority party that he called for an election.
Well, it's scary when he says things like he was talking about. It was after the truckers, but he was talking about people that were still protesting the mandates, and he said that he talks about them like they're not also Canadians, right? Like they're other. And he says they hold unacceptable views. Yeah. So who gets to decide what an unacceptable view is?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. I'm trying to.
That's dangerous talk, man.
I can't find it. Holy shit! Oh my god, I can't find it. Where did I put it? Oh, here it is. Is this one? Yeah. This is a commercial. I'm going to put it to share. So this is Trudeau leaving some kind of talk that he did in New Brunswick. That's another province in Canada. And these are the people outside.
Somebody's on that beeper.
Get out of our town!
Wow. Look at him. He just looks like a douche.
He's so full of himself.
He is. He's smug as hell.
That's the thing. You think that he cares about any of those people protesting?
Oh, hell no.
Absolutely
Other
nothing.
than other than shutting them down.
Yeah. For him, those people are not Canadian. For him, they mean nothing.
Exactly.
Absolutely nothing. Because he doesn't recognize that there's truth behind what the people are saying.
Right. He truly thinks that he is the moral compass.
100%. Get out of our fucking town. I'm just like, I cried when I saw this. I'm like, God damn, the beeping doesn't stop.
So similar to this, okay, so in the US, different states can come up with different laws, right? And see, there's this thing that happens here where they can take something that's illegal and they can leave it illegal. There's just no penalty for it. Does that make sense to you?
Hold on, repeat that.
Exactly. So they can take something that is illegal that should have a penalty, or did, or used to, you would go to jail or whatever, but then they just remove the penalty. So while it is illegal, there's no penalty for it. And that's what, so California has kind of done this with abortion law. So they've made it's illegal, right? To have a late term abortion, right? But there's no penalty for doing it. Not for the person, not for the doctor, nobody. And not only that, but the way the original law is written that they've left in place that now has no penalty, you can actually let the baby die up to 7 months after it's born. And there's no penalty for it. So they don't have to change the law if they can change the penalty. The two are not exclusive, right? They're two separate things.
Yeah.
So I was wondering if there was something like that. Do you have anything like that in Canada? Like, if something's deemed illegal, there's a penalty for it, right?
No, the provinces don't have that absolute power.
Right. So that's the way a lot of marijuana laws are getting passed, right? Like state-wise it's legal, but federally it's still illegal. So what the state does is they don't necessarily make it legal, they just remove the penalty for it.
Right.
That's messed up.
That is fucked up. But that's why there's such a division, right? There's like, technically your states are pretty much autonomous to a point.
Yeah. Well, yeah. And then you get into like Kentucky. Kentucky is, they say they're not a state, they're a commonwealth. So there's some kind of different relationship with the government that Kentucky has. And you see that a lot, not a lot, but the states you see that in are usually territorial states like Texas. Texas is that way.
Texas. Everybody's moving to Texas.
Right. You know how big Texas is? I learned this back the other day. It kind of blew me away. You could take every human being in the world, put them shoulder to shoulder, and we would all fit inside Texas.
Wow.
That is massive.
Huge. No, Texas is huge, man.
Oh yeah. I didn't realize that big. And I learned that. I was watching this travel thing, and this guy was giving pointers about foreigners who travel to America and Canada. He included Canada in that. Is you have to realize how big it is. So you're not going to go see the museums in New York City, drive 2 hours and go to Disney World or Disneyland, whichever one's in Florida. You're not going to do that,
It's fucking huge. It's the biggest state you guys have.
Yeah. Well, Alaska is, I think, the biggest, but landmass wise.
Alaska's not that big. Yeah, it could be bigger. Yeah.
But
yeah, to think that freaking Canada sold that, right? For like what? It was like $2 million.
Did you know there's an American town that's in Canada, and the only way
Yes.
to get there without crossing a border is by boat from Seattle or Alaska?
No, there's another one right here, dude. Right here.
It's right
up here. Right up here. See where my mouse is? Right there. And that's actually yeah, and it's actually, I think, Canadian Mounted Police actually responds to emergencies there in certain towns because
there it is. It's on that map. Above Washington State, there's a peninsula that sticks down up by Alaska along the Canadian coast. And there's a town there. Wow. Yeah, it's listed Victoria or so. Yeah, Victoria right there. It's got a little star on it.
Where? I don't see Victoria.
All the way to the left. Spokane, Olympia, Seattle. It's all right below it.
All right, Victoria. That's part of Canada right here. Yeah.
Right. There's a town right there on that peninsula, though, and the border of that town is actually America. Because of the way the northern border stretches and the way it goes across that peninsula.
This geographic moment was brought to you by Malibu Rum. Cool and refreshing.
We should do a cockpit conversation and fly over that place.
Oh, 100%. You know, I was thinking something bad, like clickbait. I was actually going to actually fly my F-18 over Ukraine and label it F-18 flying over Ukraine. American F-18 flying over Ukraine. just to see how many clicks I would get on that. And then write in my description, Microsoft.
Like Flight Simulator.
Fucking people were like, God damn it. God duped.
Right.
I don't know, man. I'm actually good just as a YouTube experiment. Oh my gosh, man. So yeah, man. What do you think about unions?
I'm on the fence about them. I mean, they're good when you have a good relationship between the company and the workers, when they both realize that they have a mutual need for one another. But when they get into a power struggle, like if the job market is such that you need employees and employees are hard to find because you have more jobs than people that want to work them, then the union gets way too much power. And that's what destroyed Detroit, the automotive industry, right?
Right.
Car sales go down at the same time you have record low unemployment. Everybody's got a job and they have all these positions need filled. And then the unions are like, yeah, we'll find you more people, but you're going to pay us, twice as much as you normally do. Why they're, so their income is being cut but their workforce is costing double, and then it goes the other way, when inflation's low, companies making a shit ton of money, and then you got the workers sitting there with stagnant wages, and you need a job. Or I'm sorry, when inflation's high, you need a job, right? Because everything is way more expensive. Then the company gets way more power, Yeah. See, in the States too, we have, like my state that I live in, it's a right to work state, and a lot of people don't know what that means. What a right to work state means is you can go into a job that, say, a mechanical contractor that's union, right? They only use union plumbers. But you can apply to be a plumber at that company and not belong to that union because you have the right to work there and not work for that union. Now, many people not too many people do that, but it's there.
Yeah, this fucking province, man, it's a union province. It's crazy. The majority of the time when I go to trade shows and I speak to many American companies that do the exact same thing, they're not unionized. And when they hear that I'm unionized, they feel bad for me.
Yeah.
Like they literally go and buy me drinks.
Yeah. Yeah.
They go like, "Oh, here, I got you, man. I got you." I'm like, and the thing is that I don't have any issues with my employees whatsoever. 100%. My relationship is, I would say, great. But every time negotiations come around, the atmosphere gets sour.
Oh yeah.
And in the way, sometimes I'm like, man, it's maybe my mentality, maybe I'm letting it affect, because I do take things personally.
Mm-hmm.
Right. And yeah, and I hate it, because all the good work you can do within the 2 or 3 years, then that comes back up, and it's like extra needed attention for no reason. And
Right.
yes, okay, it was brought in probably for a reason. It was way before my time, right? But that reality is not there now. And it's like what you're saying, the job market right now is, because of the pandemic, it's crazy, right? And the chips more or
See, it's
less are
not.
there. But that's what's being fed, right? That,
Right,
you have
right,
the
right.
power now, right? But what they don't know is, and I'm not speaking myself in that situation, but how many companies have closed down shop because they are tired of that situation always rising,
Exactly. And that's
right? Because
that's when you get that lopsided power dynamic.
my father, dude, back in the 70s, early 80s, he was making close to $18-19 an hour. He worked for an American company that was based in Montreal, cutting pieces of metal and welding, right? Before they had machine presses doing all that. He actually had to do all the mathematics and all that stuff. And he had a great relationship with the company. My father had a severe hunting accident. They actually made a position for him after, in order to have him not leave the company. And then later on, there was employees that were going around saying, okay, we're bringing in the union and this and that. And my father's like, you guys don't know what you're doing. You bring the union here, you're killing everybody's job. And they're like, no, they won't do that. They won't do that. You know what the company did as soon as the union came in? Closed up shop and moved to Ontario.
Yeah. And well, like right now, I have an open position that I am trying to hire for. It's been open for almost a month. I have had 3 applicants in a month. And it's 100%. A really good paying job, really easy, great benefits. And to put it into perspective, the same position was I was hiring for when this project I'm on now, when it started up 2 years ago. And we put the ad out. I had 17 applicants in 48 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And the job hasn't changed. It's just, and I'm finding this, from peers in the industry, they're telling me the same thing. They can't find anybody.
100%. I was actually out for dinner with a guy who owns, a similar type of business that I'm in, actually the same type of business that I am. And he was telling me it's impossible to find people. The big corporate ones, the huge, big corporate companies that do the same thing I do, they're in the same boat.
Right.
The thing is, our job postings, like you said, my job posting's been there for years. I've got maybe for the last 2 years, year and a half, let's say, I've gotten 5 applicants in a year and a half. 5.
Right. And see, people are calling this, there's a term they're using for it. What do they call it? The
lazy
fuck.
Like
it's like it's like the exodus or something. Like people are not going back to work in some sort of quiet protest, basically saying that wages are too low, and you know what I mean. And they think, well, if enough of us don't go back to work, they're going to have to pay everybody. Like Burger King people are making $20 an hour now. I'm seeing people getting hired for $20 an hour to work at McDonald's.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, but is that what they want to do? Do they want to be smelling like burgers or smelling like fries? And then, they'll have their first day and they go, oh, this is disgusting. I smell
Yeah, but
disgusting. I don't want to do
that's
this
the
anymore.
point, right?
Yeah, exactly.
These are mostly people that'll spend 3 days at a job and leave it, right?
Yeah.
Like,
they won't give you,
we've had
your
people
2
do that
weeks
this week.
Yeah. Yeah. They won't give you your 2 weeks. They'll go in there and they'll just fuck off and screw you.
So now we're down to trying to use temp agencies, and I ask for, I need somebody with these skills. Oh yeah, no problem. And then they send me a guy who all he's ever done is a bricklayer, right? Like, how's he going to work on steam? He doesn't know anything about steam or hydronics or anything like that. He's a bricklayer.
Fuck, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about either.
Right. Exactly. I don't
What does
either.
this green button do? Don't push that.
I just use the word hydronics, and people are like, "Oh, okay, he knows what he's talking about."
Oh my god, true story. This is a true story. When I first started doing my job, every so often there's a generator test, right? That has to kick in, and so the generator is working, and then we get a signal, and we have to like reset it, right?
Right.
And I was like maybe 3 months in, so I looked over to the woman that was working with me, and I'm like, "All right, it's I'm getting the alert to stop the test, right?"
Right.
And she's like, "Oh, just press the," because I said green button. That's why I remembered. She goes, "Press the green button." I'm like, "Okay, no problem." So I go, "The green button, right?" She goes, "Yeah, the green button." I pushed the green button. The power shut off the whole company. The servers went down. Everything went pitch black. The IT guy comes running in. The manager for the infrastructure comes running in screaming, "What happened?" And I'm like, "She told me to push the green button." I pushed the green button. Because I just had started that job. I had a baby on the way. And she's like, "Well, I always thought it was the green button." But the first mumbling that came out of her mouth was no. And then I looked at her and she went, "Well, they always told me it was the green button." She was, for a split second, that fucking skank was going to say, "No, I didn't say that." I'm like, fuck, I was sure before I pushed it. I'm like, "Are you sure it's the green button?" Right? Because me in my head, stop would be red.
Yeah, right. So
I know rocket science.
My very first maintenance job, I was working at this apartment complex, and I was like, I don't know, 22, 23 years old. Very first day on the job, boss tells me we're gonna put a new toilet in this apartment in the upstairs bathroom. Go ahead and pull that toilet out and bring it outside, and I'll start setting up the new one. So I said, okay. I go up there, I unbolt the toilet, get all the water out of it, and I'm carrying it, and I get to the top of the steps, and it slips out of my hands.
Oh shit!
Flies down the stairs and goes straight through a glass door.
Oh my god!
I hadn't been there an hour. I thought for sure I was gonna. I just sent a shitter through a fucking $300 glass door. Yeah.
Oh my god. When we owned the buildings on, because my parents own buildings, apartment buildings, and that's where I learned how to do all this crazy renovation shit.
Right.
So, talk about toilets going through the window, right? There's two stories here. I had to I did the snow removal, right? And when we bought one of the buildings, it already had a snow blower. The thing is that this snow blower, it was really jumpy, right? When you would like put it in gear or whatever. So I was snow blowing full speed towards the glass window, and right away I grabbed the gear handle, right, to bring it down to neutral.
Right.
The freaking rubber part that holds the top of the gear handle flew off. Like it stayed in my hand, and the freaking snowblower rammed right through the glass window.
Oh no,
Ryan! This was literally the 23rd of December.
Christmas.
It was
Eve.
minus
almost
40 degrees outside.
Oh damn.
I cleaned up, and the funny part was there was a Hindu attendant that was right in front of the window when it broke.
Yeah.
And he was in flip-flops and Bermuda shorts because he was going to see his family member that lives on the floor above. And he's just looking at me like, that wasn't supposed to happen, my friend.
but it's quick. It's strange how quickly you get past that anxiety, though, right? Like,
Oh my god, dude.
so I shattered a door with a shitter, and then I'm like terrified I'm about to lose my job and shit. And then fast forward, like, I don't know, 6 or 7 years, I was running a snow thrower, and I hit a frozen apple somebody had dropped in the snow, and it went right through an apartment window. This lady comes outside. You just broke my window, holding the apple. And I was like, okay, I have more. You know what I mean? Like, I was not phased. I was like, I don't give a shit. You know, it's cold and I just want to get this done. I'll get you a new window in a minute. Like, I had zero anxiety about it.
Oh my god.
But yeah, that apple went right through 4 panes of glass.
We were lucky. We were lucky though that the relationship my dad had with those we knew because we just had replaced all the windows in the building. So and it was the same company that we used to do the other building. So we called the guy up and he's like, not a problem, just bring me the door. So we threw the door into the van and brought it there, and he just replaced the window, man.
Right.
Like the next day at Christmas Eve, he opened up his shop just for us, man, just to get that done, man.
So there's a thing going on right now, right? Where it's a TikTok trend where they're like people from different industries and different fields, you know, they'll say, what's the biggest thing that you tell customers that's absolute bullshit, right?
My dick.
So like, yeah, you tell customers about that, huh?
No, I can't. I get fired. It's not all that.
Don't get excited, ladies. It's all balls.
No. Without the bee sting.
Right.
They're just flotation devices.
So like anytime a maintenance man tells you I have to order that, you know, he's lying. I just want you I want everybody to know that. And I do it regularly.
That's the trick.
It's like, oh yeah, it's like 15 minutes till 5. I am not fucking with your air conditioner. Yeah, it's 70 degrees outside. Open a fucking window. I'll get you tomorrow. I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to order that actually. It should be here in the morning, you know. So being in your industry, I'd be interested to know because I, you know, I deal with companies like yours.
How many times? Oh, but I'm sure they say it. But the thing is that lately it's been true because there is a shortage of equipment because, you know, China, which, you know, that brings me to another suspicious thing. You know, this whole crisis that they're saying they're having right now. I think it's a bunch of bullshit. I think that they're doing what they're doing to their people, but I think it's a bunch of bullshit because right now with everything that's going on with Russia and the Ukraine, they're doing that in order to hold on manufacturing chips and shit that, you know, let's face it, what goes into these fucking ballistic missiles and all these stuff. It's all CPUs and shit.
Right.
So
did you know there for a while they couldn't sell Xboxes and PlayStations outside of NATO countries because because the technology was such at the time that there are parts inside of these game consoles that are identical to parts used in missile guidance systems.
Get the fuck out of here. Oh, it doesn't surprise me.
It's true. They at the time, game consoles were considered supercomputers by the standards of the day, right? But now the technology in missile guidance systems has well surpassed game consoles, so that's why they sell them everywhere. But originally,
is that why we suck so much? Because people are hacking in with these high-tech devices to make us not win on our games?
Oh, everybody's cheating, dude.
Oh my god.
I'm telling you. We did win one though. We got one night before last.
That's right. That's right. Now they open up with a new season, and we're probably gonna suck for like the next 3 months. But hey, it's the company, right?
Right. Yeah, it's the company that makes the game.
It's the company. Everything's great with it. Hey, did you hear about that YouTuber that jumped out of a crashing plane? Did you hear the latest on that? Yeah, dude, man. Yeah. So this YouTuber, right? Apparently, he's Trevor Jacobs, right? He's a big YouTuber and also a snowboarder, American snowboarder, and he filmed the video of him jumping out of a plane, and he got like a bunch of views and everything, right?
Right.
But catch this. That's not. You're gonna see this. Hold on. Listen to this.
YouTuber accused by critics on social media of crashing his plane on purpose. The FAA and NTSB now investigating. Our transportation correspondent Gio Benitez is at Newark Airport with more on the story.
What's going on, Holmes? Benitez. Oh, órale, vato.
Hey, Cecilia, good morning to you. He is known as a daredevil and prankster, getting millions of views on YouTube. But this morning, that question, was a plane crash an accident or a stunt? It was a heart-stopping video. Watch as YouTuber Trevor Jacobs' plane stalls, his engine allegedly failing as he flies over Los Padres National Forest in California, and it cannot be restarted. Jacob pointing the nose of the plane down and jumping out, wearing a parachute.
That's why I always fly with a parachute.
The video seen by over 1 million people. But now this morning, the FAA and NTSB saying they are investigating if Jacob, who is also a former Olympic snowboarder, intentionally crashed that plane. Viewers noting that he wasn't wearing a parachute in other videos. The plane is rigged with multiple exterior cameras capturing its descent. Jacob with a camera of his own as he floats down. Trevor Jacob telling ABC News overnight that he declines to comment on the investigation. And just to be very clear here, Jacob has not been charged with any crime. They are simply investigating. But if they see any sign of wrongdoing, this case could be sent to the FBI. Cecilia?
I don't want to put you on the spot, but do you know by chance what are the consequences if he did end up doing this on purpose?
You know, in the past, the FAA has sent cases to the FBI similar to this. So it's very possible, but we really just don't know yet.
All right, Gio. Thanks.
Wow.
Did he have to fucking say all that line? I don't know. Just no, you don't know. Fuck all. Shit.
Just say I do not know.
I know. I have no idea. Yeah. So
I would say he did. I mean, he's got a fucking selfie stick in his hand. Come on.
Because when you jump out of a plane, you got to make sure that you have your selfie stick, but all those cameras rigged around the plane. And then he, like, when he did this clip on YouTube, like, you saw the different angles, right? He edited all his footage, right, to make it so climatic, you know?
Well, and don't look this up because this video will get taken down. But did you hear about that kid? I think he's in Georgia. He rigged a 9mm pistol with the actuator on the trigger, and he rigged it to a drone.
Yeah, I heard about that.
Yeah. He went to jail for that.
It's crazy. It's crazy, man. Oh, guess what?
What?
Many Canadians are feeling a certain way now about something.
We call them dwarves here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, many Canadians.
I said many, not many. God damn it. Shit.
Dad
you know, sir. Yeah, you're like on a roll on dad jokes right now.
Oh, I got a ton of them.
Oh, I know why. You weren't drinking today while we were doing the show, right?
No, I'm on call. I can't drink.
Oh shit. I'm on call. I'm drinking anyway.
No, don't feel bad. I'm pretty sure the people at my monitoring company are drinking half the time too.
I'm not gonna comment. So, ladies and gentlemen, more than half of Canadians want the independence from the monarchy. Survey finds. Why the fuck?
I'm so confused by your country's relationship to England. To Britain.
We're part of the Commonwealth, just like Australia, just like many other.
Yeah, but what does that mean? Does England pass laws that you have to follow?
She's our governor, our head of state. All right, she can. She can literally come in and say, "No, I don't agree with this. This is how I do it." She can really do that.
Well, then I wonder. Well, she just doesn't then, because I wonder how, like Canada and Australia and Great Britain, how they can be so different. You know?
Well, they're not that much different, like, besides their laws, because they've been granted that, that exclusivity of being able to govern themselves. But the Queen can come in with the Governor General and say the Governor General is basically the Queen's voice in Parliament, and come in and say, no, like they can. So, but this is where I was like, it's funny, right? Like, it goes, I was just gonna skip through this really quick. So Canada's support for the monarchy is waning and could reach new lows in a post Queen Elizabeth II era. A new poll found. The poll released Thursday found that 51% of respondents are in favor of abolishing the monarchy in the generations to come, while 24% of response are unsure. Those in Quebec, no fucking surprise, 71% said fuck that. And Saskatchewan, 59% were most likely to call for abolition. Of course, the Quebec people, the Francophones, they definitely want nothing to do with the British because, the British kicked the French's ass back in the day in the Plains of Abraham, right? Sometimes I say they should have just fucking killed them all, but no, we won the war. You can keep your land and your churches.
Right.
Yeah.
Did you know she's actually, her rule is illegitimate?
Why
because
would it be illegitimate?
Because the bloodline that led to her taking the throne only exists because there was an heir to the throne that was basically a bastard and no one knew about, right?
You mean it was a real Game of Thrones? Holy fuck.
Yeah, and the actual King of England, he's still alive. The heir to he's a lot younger than her. He should be King of England if the bloodline had followed like it should have. But because it branched off to her, like her and her, I believe it's all the way back to her grandparents should not have been on the throne.
You speak blasphemy, sir. Blasphemy.
I'm serious.
I don't believe it. I looked that shit up. Canada's support for, but this is the good part. Canada's support for the head of state plummets even further in the event of the Queen Elizabeth II's death, as 65% of respondents oppose recognizing Prince Charles as king and Canada's official head of state, while 76% of respondents oppose recognizes Camilla, Duchess of Cornwall, as the queen. And I can't believe this shit. Elizabeth has stated that she wants Camilla to be named queen one day. The fuck is she on, man? The queen celebrated her 96th birthday on Thursday and has been on, this is impressive, dude, and has been on the throne for 70 years.
She's, I believe she's England's longest serving monarch. Longest sitting. Yep.
Yeah. So, yeah, she had caught COVID, didn't die from that. And then she has some kind of ailment that messed up her movement. Now she walks around with a cane. But yeah, but this is the thing, right? Support for other countries leaving the monarchy. Barbados has formally left the monarchy behind in November 2021, and Jamaica follows suit in March when Jamaican Prime Minister Andrew Holness announced during the visit from Prince William and Kate. That must have been kind of awkward, right? Hello, Prince William and Miss Kate. You know what? We don't want your ass. Get back on the plane and go back to England. What the black lad? Yeah. You must be mad. Your wretchedness. Yeah. Because think about it, right? They were part, used for slavery as well.
Did you know there are white Jamaicans?
Yes, dude. I was just talking about this 2 days ago. When I went to my college, I interviewed to go into the radio station for my college, right?
Right.
And I walked into the room and there was a blonde girl, very attractive with blue eyes. And I looked at her and I said, "Hi, I'm here to be interviewed for the radio show." She looked up at me and she goes, "All right, now please sit down and I'll give you the piece of paper that you have to fill out." And I was like, "What the fuck?" And then I because me, right? And I'm like, "Oh, you're fucking with me. I can do that too, and I'll give me the piece of paper. I'm gonna write it." She goes, "Yeah, but and she goes to me, "Yeah, but there's a difference between me and you." And I'm like, "What's that?" "You do it very badly." Dude, I was like freaking out. And then I get it confused which parent, but one of her parents were from South Africa, and the other parent was either from Argentina or something. And she was white. They met in Jamaica, and she was born in Spanish Town, Jamaica.
African slaves actually came along later in the slave trade, right? So by the time they start colonizing the Caribbean islands, by the time it's a mixture of black and African and European slaves that end up in Jamaica.
Really?
And yeah, that's where they're descendants of European slaves that were brought there. Slavs,
Man.
actually, because they were Yugoslavian. That's where
Holy
the word
crap. You
that's where the word
realize
slave comes from.
we're covering history. We're covering geography today.
Yeah,
Some
we're just
minor
blowing it
things
up.
of home
These are the
improvement.
big thoughts that we think when we're not on stream. I mean, we're big thinkers.
Yeah. And
Usually not.
flagellators.
Yeah, as I was gonna say, usually it's fart jokes and boner jokes,
Yeah.
but
Yeah. With bacon strips.
yeah,
Yeah. Definitely. 100%. Man. Chat's been quiet today.
it has.
Oh, yeah, we got. Well, see that last week we had Chase tearing it up. This week it was I Love Food, and we lost them at Tyson's blows.
Tyson's blows.
Tyson's blows.
I think.
Oh
I
my
think
God.
we have a bunch of introverts watching.
Yeah, I know. It's quiet. It's kind of eerie.
I know.
Man.
Hello. Is
Hello?
anybody there?
The static from the TV. Remember that back in the day when when TV
channel.
would actually when TV would actually stop broadcasting, the channels would stop broadcasting. You get the American anthem, and then and then it would get like you would get the beep for like a minute.
At work,
for like a minute.
At work, there's two 19-year-olds, and I blew them away this week when I told them I was older than the internet. I don't think they believed me at first.
Like, that's impossible.
Exactly.
Because they don't know what been there forever. Yeah, because they don't know what it is to live without internet. And that's that's like the story I tell my kids a bunch of times. I'm like, when we had to do research papers, we went to a library and we used something called encyclopedias.
We are the last generation to know what it was like to grow up without cell phones, without the internet, and all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, most definitely. Fucking cell phones that were huge as bricks. Remember when they first?
Oh yeah, I had one. I had a Uniden that I swear to God was a blunt instrument.
Yeah. What? You want to smoke a blunt?
No, that thing slid off the dash of my car, went out the window, got ran over by a Pepsi truck, and didn't even get scratched.
And it still worked?
Oh yeah.
Holy shit! Yeah. Do that now with a freaking iPhone 13.
Oh yeah, no way.
When they talk about anti-scratch and anti-break, give me a.
Do you remember the little flip phone, the Razors, the Motorola Razor?
Of course.
Okay, that was the last great phone, in my opinion. So my house flooded, and I had one of those in my pocket, turned on in my pocket, and had to swim back and forth from my house to get the wife and the kids and the clothes and pictures we're trying to save and stuff out of the house. And it was probably a good, I would say, 50-yard swim through neck deep water to get to high ground. I made that trip 8 times with that phone in my pocket. We got to the hotel afterwards. I put it on top of the heat register for 30 minutes and it turned right back on. And I used that phone for another year and never had another problem out of it. Never had a single problem out of it.
I still have that phone today.
I've got
the last
it's
Razor
in the closet.
Yeah, I think I have it somewhere in the garage.
I don't think they'll work on today's networks, will they? Because they were analog.
Depends on the SIM card, right?
True.
No, it's actually
I would use
depends on the unit too. Well, I've threatened my daughter once. I'm like, you know what? You can't use your phone when we text. You can't answer us. I'm like, I'll tell you what you're gonna get. This flip phone. Looked at me like I was some kind of alien. Dude, the first time when I found out that I can cut off the internet at a certain hour, and I did it for the first time, they lost their shit. Like, oh my God, I was watching something. What happened? Why is it not connecting? I'm like, when I'm cracking up in the living room.
Yeah.
And he goes, there's no internet. What? I'm like, nope. Time for bed. What? Or read a book. That's what I told him. It's read a book time.
But we're kind of guilty of that too, right? Like not the internet, but when the power goes out, right? Like our parents would just light candles and, we would just talk or whatever, or go to bed or whatever. But now I'm like, God damn it.
My fondest memories when I had power failures as a kid was either going outside and play. Okay. We played tag or whatever. But the best one was playing Monopoly. Like I would go downstairs to my buddy's house and we're like, what are you guys doing? Nothing. Now that the power failure is off, right? You're going to listen to the radio unless you had batteries or, couldn't watch TV, so we played Monopoly.
Yeah. I remember we had this big ice storm back in 94, 95. Power was out for 2 weeks. And that was a good time because we were out of school. We went outside playing in the snow and ice and everything was froze up solid. And the only thing I remember anyone saying was, I remember my mom said something to my dad, and my dad said, if the power doesn't come back on soon, Indians are going to overrun the damn fort. like we're going back to the Stone Age.
Oh my gosh.
And I still use that line to this day.
Yeah. Oh my God. Oh boy. Oh, an hour 10 minutes already. Here we go. Man. All right, man. So any last words before we close up shop?
The power of Christ compels you. Oh, last word. I thought you said last right.
Jesus.
And not even that's right.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death. No, I'm not getting into song. I'll spare you all. All right, man. So yeah, it was fun. Went by fast. Holy crap. Man, I just wish that there was more interaction with the chat, but hey, thank you for those 6 viewers that have been watching us consistently tonight. I appreciate you because y'all part of the real ones. Just to be on the record, my previous comments about my wife, she's an amazing woman and I do love her and I can't wait to do another 20 years of this life sentence that I was so gladly blessed with.
There you go.
Blessed with. Yes.
Just leave it there.
100%.
That was beautiful, man.
That was beautiful. I'm not pushing it further. I gotta push it further. It's just like, yeah, no.
Hi, Anna. Love you.
Now I'm gonna finish this show and I'm gonna play around with it. No, you're not playing anything.
I know.
He's on the blacklist.
If he's gonna be a bad influence on you,
it's over. No more playtime. It's over. All right, bros. And there's 6 people watching. Catch us on the replay. I hope you do, because you know what? Esto es fantástico. Maravilloso. Catch us next Friday a las 20 horas aquí en Viernes Santo with 36. That sounds pretty cool, actually. I heard that more often. Oh, good show, my little fish room. He broke the silence. Good show. Thank you. You are one of the real ones. 100%.
That's my dad. This is one of those moments, right?
You don't do that. You don't say it's my dad.
That's what made it funny. Where it's just, you hear like 2 people clapping, that's your parents. You know what I mean? Like,
no, in the background, like, that's my boy.
Hercules.
Hercules. He's so proud, and he's like the kid with the worst coordination on the field or something.
Right.
But you're proud as a daddy. Oh yeah, that's mine there.
Thanks for the support.
Yeah. More support. See, I feel like keep on going, but no. All right, good show. And saying that, chiquillos, we are out of here with now. We got what 7? Oh, do I feel like an auction? Can I get an 8? Can I get an 8? Can I get an 8? 8 views. 8 viewers. You're live now. 8, 9, 10. Share, goddammit, share this stream. Oh my God, no more room for me. All right, guys. Love you. Stay real. Oh, we just lost one. Someone said, "Fuck this shit. I'm out." All right. So are we. Ciao. Adios, muchachos.